Hey Radical fans, today's Radical Rundown, we're going to talk about lane shine. Lane shine, it's an interesting concept. It's an interesting phenomenon that happens. Every ball, regardless of what the starting surface is, will end up at the surface you're bowling on. So for instance, if you're on a synthetic lane and it's a worn lane, it's going to migrate to that finish that's on the lane quicker because it's friction. We did a study a while back in the Perception Reality videos where we studied the ball being thrown over a certain amount of games and how much it changed. We had a reader, a profilometer that read the friction on a bowling ball. The dull ball, after about 30 games, most balls after about 30 games, will become closer and closer to, if not equal to, the lane surface you're bowling on, which ends up about 4,000, give or take. So a dull ball will get there quicker because there's more friction involved. The shinier ball will take longer to get to that 4,000. That's what we determined to be lane shine. It's really not a shine, it's a polishing. The ball's being shined by the lane. It's not, look at my ball, it's lane shine because it has oil on it and got shinier. It's actually the ball surface wearing down. And after 30 or 40 games, if you had a dull ball, that might be a good time to refresh it. But I wouldn't just hit it with a top pad and say I'm good to go. You probably want to go and start over with the steps that we list on the website or in the box in order to get it back to factory. Here's the problem you have. It's over time. It's a gradual change. So you get a ball and you start out with the ball in the first 5 or 6 games. I don't know if I like the ball a lot. It was hooking too much. I leave a lot of 10 pins. And then all of a sudden you start liking the ball a lot. And for the next 5, 6, 7 weeks of bowling in your league, you like this ball a lot. And then I get the phone call. My ball died. Well, did your ball die? No, it probably needs to be refreshed. Many times they mistaken ball depth and pattern change. And they say, well, the pattern, I don't know if the pattern changed, my ball died. It's usually time for you to refresh that surface. At that point, take it back, take it to the pro shop, and refresh the surface a little bit. Now, polished balls are less likely to make that change because they're closer to the 4,000 that you would eventually end up with. So it takes it longer for that ball for you to see a change in it. The first 5, 6, 7 games, you'll see one thing. Then it'll probably be the way you like it for a longer amount of time. And then it might start, maybe it absorbed too much oil, has to be put in a rejuvenator or whatever else they use to take the oil extractor, take the oil out. So these are the issues that are responsible for lane shine. It's not the ball particularly being impacted by oil or dirt. Those things you can clean pretty easily. Lane shine is the surface of the lane polishing your ball. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what happens. The surface of the lane polished your ball. The duller the ball, the more maintenance is required. If you have a car and you don't take care of the car, after 30, 40,000 miles, the car starts running bad. You take it to the dealership, he does a tune-up on it. He refreshes it, changes the oil, that's a refreshing. Maybe the spark plugs, whatever else it takes to get that car back to running the way it is. A dull ball is like a high-performance car. If the tires on a high-performance car wear out, you're going to spin the wheels more than have traction. We're in the same scenario here. The dull tires that are on the bowling ball are starting to wear out because of the lane polishing your ball. Time for a new set of tires. And how you get that? You go to your pro shop, you tell him that I'd like to refresh this ball. He'll extract the oil, he'll do some resurfacing on it, and that ball will be brand new, back to normal. I don't buy in on the people saying you can never get it back to factory. We use the same stuff that the guy does at a pro shop. We use machines that the ball spins on with different abrasives, and we take it through the same process. You can do it, the pro shop does it. That's today's Radical Rundown. Subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you soon.